What is up, people? Matt here again. So for this episode I want to talk about DLC and season passes. Now, why am I talking about DLC and season passes? I've found myself over the years buying DLC less and less, and there's a very wide gap, I think, in quality DLC and shameless DLC. Now, Japanese RPGs generally don't have DLC. It's mainly kind of Western RPGs for that. And for the most part, Western RPGs do actually do good DLC. Oblivion, for example, the Shivering Isles was amazing DLC. The Horse Armor is an example of bad DLC. Skyrim, again, I've only played Dawnguard and I can't remember Hearthfire, that's it. Hearthfire is the house one, so that's the example of not so good DLC. I didn't particularly enjoy Dawnguard a lot. I haven't played Dragonborn, even though I've got it, which is kind of stupid. But everyone says that's the best DLC in Skyrim, and I can believe that. But yes, there's a very wide gap between DLC that's worthwhile and DLC that's a rip-off. And this is where Season Pass is coming, because Season Pass is basically just like a whole bundle of DLC for a certain game. And a lot of the time with Season Passes, it's either not been worth it, or the DLC ended up being rubbish. For an example, I bought the Borderlands 2 Season Pass. I literally bought the Season Pass when I got the game. And I really didn't like the DLC in Borderlands 2 at all. I preferred the DLC in Borderlands 1. So I felt ripped off, because I really didn't enjoy the DLC and the game wasn't that great either. So I kind of, I got disappointed and left feeling ripped off twice, just through one game. So I'm very hesitant on buying Season Passes these days, which is rightly understandable with how Season Passes and DLC seems to be going. So yeah, I just don't see a point in DLC and Season Passes. The DLC that's free, adding a few things is okay, but for like things they cut out of the main game, that's not okay. DLC in like Mario Kart 8, I haven't got the game, but apparently the DLC is quite good in that. Smash Bros is kind of having DLC with like the Mewtwo character. I don't know if they're going to be adding stages or even more characters, but the way Nintendo seems to be reacting to DLC at the moment, they might take advantage of it, hopefully. But yeah, that's my opinions about Season Passes and DLC. I can take it or leave it. If it's for one of my favourite games, yeah, sure, I'll buy the DLC. But if it's a game I don't really care about, I'm not really bothered. I bought the DLC for Bioshock 2. And I quite enjoyed it. And then Bioshock Infinite I didn't particularly like, so I didn't get the DLC for that, and I don't regret it, to be honest, because apparently the DLC didn't come out like until a year after the game came out, which is ridiculous. But yeah. Anyway guys, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye now.